Hi, and thank you for stopping by to check out my channel. This tutorial is going to be showing you how to make these pencil tumblers. I used vinyl and some glitter and washi tape to create these tumblers. I have 4 different patterns that I'll show you. These were supposed to be done for Teacher Appreciation Week. I am a teacher, totally forgot how fast Teacher Appreciation Week rolled around. So I missed my deadline to have these posted last Saturday. So here they are, a week late, but that's okay. I am a Brite Tone and epoxy user. If I'm in a hurry and I have to whip out a cup in a couple days, obviously epoxy is going to be what I pick up. But if I have some time and some planning and I make sure and get those layers on there every 4 hours or as quickly as I can when I'm working, I'm not even looking at the camera. The camera's right there. Hello. This takes some getting used to. The shine on these cups is just as glossy as if you use epoxy, if you have the right layers of Brite Tone. So if I'm gonna plan ahead and I know exactly what cups I'm making and I have a schedule for how often I'm gonna apply the coats of Brite Tone, that's what I'm gonna use. If I'm in a hurry, I will choose epoxy. So if you would like to learn how to make these, and I do talk about both epoxy and Brite Tone as I'm making these, if you would like to learn how I did it, stick around and thank you for watching. I am starting with a prepped 20-ounce straight AF mother tumbler, and I'm using blue stencil vinyl to tape off the areas of the glittered portions of this tumbler, which are going to be the eraser, the silver band, and the black on the bottom. I'm using a pencil template that I bought off of Etsy. I just downloaded it and then uploaded the template into my Cricut and then cut the pattern on my Cricut machine. To make my tumblers look a little more unique, I decided to use vinyl for the center of the tumblers, and you'll see how I apply that vinyl here in the video. So I'm cutting off a portion of the paper backing and I'm going to reposition that to apply. Cutting off a portion of that paper backing and then leaving just a section of vinyl in the center makes it easier to apply the vinyl and then pull it up easily, reposition if I need to, just to make sure that all my edges are straight and good to go. This cow print vinyl, another cow print that you're going to see me use that has a little more of a distressed look to it, and the floral vinyl all came from the Vinyl Craze. And then you're gonna see another vinyl that has stripes with pink hearts, and that came from Maestra Creations. So I will link both of those stores below if you would like to purchase the same vinyl. For the pink eraser portion and the wood section of these tumblers, I painted first before I applied the glitter glue and the glitter with Flippin' Awesome paints from the CrystaLac company. So I used a tan color for the wood portion, and then I used pink for the eraser portion. And after those, I think I had like 3 layers of Flippin' Awesome paints before I applied my glitter glue and the glitters. For the bottom, the black portion of the tumbler, I didn't pre-paint before I applied the glitter, nor did I for the silver portion. Okay, so here I'm mixing 2 glitters together to create the wood look portion of the pencil. And then for the pink glitter, I also mixed 2 together. For the silver, I only used 1 color, and then for the bottom black portion of the tumbler, I mixed 3 different colors. These glitters come from a mixture of the Glitter Guy, as well as Glitter Heart Co. Here are the two glitters I'm mixing together to create the eraser portion of these tumblers. This is a bubblegum color. It's a pretty bright, very sparkly color from Glitter Heart Co. And then the lighter shade of pink is from the Glitter Guy. The base paint I'm using is from the CrystaLac company. I'll make sure I list everything that I'm using. So I'm going to use the base paint to do the same thing I did with the sand color. I'm going to paint and then wait for it to dry using my heat gun if I need to dry it a little more quickly, and then apply glitter glue and the glitter. For the lead portion of the tumbler, I looked at my glitter collection. I just picked three of the dark shades I had. These are all from the Glitter Guy, and I'll link the names of the glitters below. Wow, these mixed so perfectly. High sparkle, so many different colors you see when you look at the bottom of the tumblers. Wait till you see the results. I mixed a black with a charcoaly, is that a word? Charcoaly? With a silver charcoal color, and then a really deep burgundy with some red specks in it. And I did not base paint the tumbler before I applied the glitters. I just applied the glitter glue straight over the top of the stainless steel, and it just looks really cool. So I hope I can get some pictures that do it justice to post for the final product. Here's the very last color, the silver. I applied it directly over the top of glitter glue, no base paint needed. After the glitter glue dried with all the glitter applications, I used a dry brush to carefully brush off the excess glitter before spray sealing with Krylon, and I let these sit overnight. Here I'm applying Brite Tone only to the glitter portions of the tumbler. If I had to do this again, I would apply one coat of glitter glue before the Brite Tone. Because I didn't seal it with glitter glue, I still had some wandering chunks of glitter, and also the glitter glue fills in those little pockets of air between the little pieces of glitter. So that would have saved me on applications of Brite Tone. All in all, I'm using all over applications of Brite Tone 4 times before sanding, then applying the washi tape, then applying 5 more coats of Brite Tone, sanding again, applying 5 more coats of Brite Tone, and then the very last application, I added a reducer. It's a CrystaLac reducer to thin out that last coat to extend the dry time, and it helps to level it out a little bit better. After I sanded, you're going to see me use a paper towel, and that little bottle sitting there is a CrystaLac surface conditioner. So that's how I wash my tumblers, in between the coats of Brite Tone and after sanding. This washi tape was not fun to apply. This first one I'm using, it was pretty heavy duty. It stuck nicely. I don't have any complaints with that one. The other washi tapes that I used, I think they were a little thinner, or maybe they didn't have enough stick to them. I really struggled pressing those suckers down on the tumbler to get them to stick. And at one point, I actually had to use Tack-It underneath the washi tape just to make it stick down. I know that cutting vinyl out on the Cricut and the little strips can be time consuming and sometimes a little frustrating, but Honestly, I think the next round of tumblers I make, I might just cut the washi tape on the Cricut machine because I know that that vinyl, the permanent vinyl, has some good stick to it. When you're cutting the vinyl, you want to make sure that it overlaps just slightly before using your X-Acto knife to give it a nice crisp cut. If you cut right where they meet, sometimes the tape shrinks back or pulls back away from the edge, and you'll just see a slight gap. So that if that doesn't bother you, no big deal, but if it bothers you, you can prevent that by overlapping your washi tape just slightly. And then down on the angles, make sure you have a nice straight cut so that your edges of your vinyl match up perfectly at the right angles. After applying all my washi tape, I did seal the tape with CC DIY Quick Coat. I have had issues in the past, both under Brite Tone and epoxy, with my washi tape or little strips of vinyl lifting, which is super frustrating. So I went ahead and sealed it with the Quick Coat, and I did have one section lift prior to applying the Quick Coat, so I had to fix that. So you'll see me do that on one of the tumblers a little later on. Here I'm applying the vertical vinyl, the vertical washi tape strips using that vinyl edge from the cow print as a guideline. So I just went from the point of the shaving edge there, the little zigzag. I went from the tip of the zigzag straight up the tumbler, lining it up with the edge of the vinyl, and that created a nice straight beginning to every single strip of washi tape strip to follow, because then what I did strip after strip is I just measured in between the points and made sure that all the measurements matched at the top and the bottom, and then they were perfectly straight. So that was super helpful, using that cow print vinyl as my guide to place my very first vertical strip. Okay, this is the last section that needs the vinyl between that black lead portion and the shavings. This is where I had the most issue with it. Washi tape wanting to lift up on me, grrr. So this is where I had to apply a little bit of the Tack-It just to make that stick down really good. And then after apply all this last strip to all my tumblers, that's when I'm going to start applying the Quick Coat. All right, here's where I'm applying the Quick Coat just to seal that washi tape down so it doesn't lift underneath my Brite Tone. And you want to do this whether you're using Brite Tone or epoxy. And you're going to see here I did have a section that lifted as I was applying the Quick Coat, which is better than it lifting underneath the Brite Tone. So I'm going to stop the tumbler, fix that area by applying a small amount of Tack-It, let that dry, and then I'll push that washi tape down and then continue applying my Quick Coat. Here's that spot that I had to tack down with the Tack-It and then continue applying the Brite Tone. So all in all, from beginning to end, the applications of Brite Tone that I used were 14. And if you wait 4 hours in between each, that's about 56 hours of working time you need just with the Brite Tone. And if you work 8-hour days, divide that by 8 hours, that would give you 7 days to complete this project if you are using Brite Tone. So give it a try. I hope you love it. Thanks for watching.